Tired of that same old breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Same old tasting scrambled eggs, burger, that dinner steak, ribs, or pork chops. Why not add a little bit of spice or just a touch of heat to make the difference? Change that scrambled egg with a little bit of Johnny Fabulous's John Cena Sr.'s $1 Million Jalapeno Hot Sauce. Great on burgers, steaks, chops, and those barbecued ribs.
We're going to try our best of our ability.
My ear went cauliflower again?
Andrew.
Hey, am I live?
You're live on the air with Monty and Farrow. We've got the great Andrew Anderson on the phone. Andrew, how are you, bud?
I'm good, brother. How you doing? Merry Christmas, buddy.
Merry Christmas.
My buddy Rich Muscarell said what? He's very thin. Michael, he's very thin.
Good, Rich. Thank you so much.
They call me skinny, though, when I walk
He's very
They all
thin.
call me skinny. They can't believe I ever have thin. It's way too thin. He can't even trim in the world if he's that thin. He's saying they're pissed I have abs now.
Well, you're looking good, brother. You're looking good. Listen, Andrew, I don't want to put you on the spot, right? We just had Wolfie D on. The show's pretty hot. We're doing well.
Okay.
Fans are asking a question. Look, here's the deal, and you answer it to the best of your ability. We were discussing the whole situation with Hannibal, my friend. What went on that day in Texas? What do you know?
I did what I had to do and got out. I can't comment on it. I really can't. I can't. I'm under a gag order not to get involved right now.
What, is somebody holding a spike to your head? Hi, Andrew.
Carlito and I, we brawled out of the ring, and we got out of Dodge, and what happened. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. I was in the backstage area, and that's all I can say for now.
Could you at least tell me or tell us, was it a work or was it real?
Well, it was as far as I knew, it was supposed to be a work that the guy was really seriously injured. You know, that's all I know. So,
Okay.
you know, I mean, I don't know what happened from there on in. Like I said, I wasn't there. I mean, you know, I never known, you know, anything like this, you know, to go wrong. You know, I mean, I don't know what happened, and you know, it's one of those things. You know, and I wasn't there. I was in the back, and I came back out, and you know, I thought it was, you know, the guy, you know, was bleeding a lot. That's all I know. You know, and I know that Kevin came back and he was upset. You know, he said, you know, he said, I don't know what's going on. So I really trying to stay out of this. You know, I did my part and got in and got out with Carlito, and that's all I'm saying. So, you know, my part that was done. You know, that's all I can say at this point. So.
Well, that's understandable, Andrew, and I know we took you by surprise here, but people were just asking, and so we want to wish you a Merry Christmas. You're a great friend of ours, and do you want to promote your upcoming show on the channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the dungeon inside the dungeon with Kevin Sullivan and myself, and you know, we'll be talking about everything wrestling, rock and roll, and acting. We're gonna have some rock and roll celebrity guests, and we're gonna have some wrestling celebrity guests, and we're gonna be putting things up and making sure that everything happens. You know, and you know, it'll be all pre-recorded. You know, hopefully not too edited, because I don't like to edit stuff out. And you'll see, we'll talk about a lot of wrestling stories, a lot of rock stories, road stories with rock stars, and as well as wrestlers. And you know, we're not going to be talking about initially about any of the situations that happened in Texas. You know, I mean, I just say it's over, it's done with it. You know, I want to keep myself out of it, and you know, what happened. You know, I mean, you know, that's just, you know, it's one of those things. I can't really get into specifics. I'm staying out of it.
We totally understand,
Yeah,
Andrew.
but Andrew, I just wanted to throw in real fast. I'm not coming to referee your match next week. Fuck that.
Jimmy Farrow, you're a dick, but I love you.
Yeah, well, you know. Takes
All
one to
right,
know one,
brother.
I guess.
Merry Christmas. We'll talk to you soon.
Merry Christmas, guys.
All right,
Later.
How was Wolfie D?
Wolfie D's great as always, man. He's part of. Now you're joining the family. We've got Vampiro coming on. It's going to be awesome.
Yep. All right, guys.
All right, brother. Bye.
See you later, Skinny.
Bye.
So thoughts on Wolfie D? Thoughts on Andrew Anderson?
Wolfie
Farrell?
D's cool as always, man. I wonder how Wolfie's enjoying doing Wednesdays with Wolfie. I didn't know. I wanted to ask him.
You know what? That's a good question.
Because it's entertaining. I love the puppet. I mean, it's like
How
he's
entertaining is
getting
that
creative
guy?
and shit.
How
I fucking like it.
creative is it?
I think it's very cool.
I told him that he is creating art. And if people haven't caught his show, I'm telling you, it is true art. It's comedy. It's good wrestling stories.
Sure,
It's good
sure.
life stories.
Yep.
And he throws in diamond sparkles
Yep.
for the men with the short
There you go. There you
attention
go.
span.
Boy, Andrew
attention
really
span.
took that, head on. That.
Well, now I wanted to ask you about
Didn't
the
he?
Andrew Anderson.
You ever hear
thing.
that song "Tiptoe Through the Tulips"?
Yeah.
Somebody's tiptoeing. Yeah, I'm a dick. How you doing there? There you go, right there, buddy.
What did you get out of that?
And
Did
I
you-
love Andrew too.
Yeah, absolutely. What did you get out of it?
Well, I think that I can understand why Andrew didn't want to have any part in it. What the fuck, It sounded like, and I agree with what Andrew said. It sounds like it was something that was planned that got carried a little bit out of control. Hannibal does have a track record of doing fucked up shit.
Do you think? Okay, so I agree. I agree
I
that.
still feel like we're all being worked.
Well, no. This is
Because
what
I can't shake that. This is wrestling.
This is what I think happened.
Yeah.
I think it was an agreement beforehand.
Yeah.
This is only the opinion of Mike Monty from Monty and the Pharaoh. This is not Jimmy Farrow. It's not
Right.
Andrew Anderson. It's not
Right.
Wolfie D. This is my opinion.
Don't make me hold up a sign.
From what I know. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
I think there was agreement. From what I understand is Mr. Hannibal, Devin Nicholson, got drunk.
Nice.
He got to the ring.
Nice. Drunk. Big
Carlito,
drunk.
who was his opponent, pulled out.
Is this Carlito?
Carlito.
I love Carlito.
Who,
Go
by the
on.
way, that Hannibal pays these wrestlers so he
Right.
can wrestle and beat them,
Sure.
and that's
Okay.
that's how. But fine,
Me
that's you know
over.
what? This is
That's
wrestling,
fine,
okay?
Of course, it is what it is.
Carlito wasn't going to get involved in bleeding,
Yeah.
so he hires this referee.
Yeah.
Hannibal's drunk.
Yeah.
The kid's bleeding, but not probably to the level that Hannibal wants,
Once more.
and Hannibal wants more,
Interesting.
and it gets out of control.
And then he licks his blood.
And then he licks his
He
blood.
licks his blood.
So I agree with everybody saying out there. By the way, humbled by all the people watching us: Phil, Maria, PJ, Thomas,
Hello.
Davio. I mean, 802 as always. Gary, thank you for joining in. And Gary, I think it was
Absolutely.
Gary that said he was there. But the point is, I think it was a work. And then Hannibal thought he could just continue
Got
on
a
and
little
do what he
kooky.
wanted.
Yeah, well, he has done things like that in the past here and there.
And he's a big dude.
He's a fucking monster.
He's a monster. He could probably rip our heads
He's a
off.
monster.
And he got out
But
of
he
control.
also strikes me a little bit like he puts the lotion in the basket.
Yes.
There's something missing.
So here's my next question.
But I don't even know if that's by design with him,
Well,
because
here-
this is wrestling.
Here's my next question
You
to
know?
you on that whole thing.
Yeah.
Why is Hannibal backtracking then on his shows? Like, why does he just say, "Hey, look, I wanted more blood"? I guess he'd get in trouble.
Well, isn't there a legal process supposedly going on right now?
I don't think so, dude. From what I understand, the referee.
Then why
didn't
was
bother
Andrew
anything.
afraid to answer anything then? I thought there was some sort of legal thing going on.
Because I think if Andrew is a wrestler and he wants to work in the industry, he doesn't want to make enemies.
Okay,
I
that's
mean,
fair enough.
Matt, what are your thoughts?
That's fair enough.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm not well enough for it.
Well, there you go.
You asked the poor kid who's basically looking forward to watching the Halloween sequel, who does not watch wrestling but does a great job for this
Well,
show.
no, I think
How do you feel about this whole
No,
country?
no, but the
He
point-
don't give a rat's
point
ass. He's
is-
back there making sure the levels are
You
clear.
asked.
You keep doing your thing over there.
You asked about Andrew. You asked
Yeah.
about Andrew.
Yeah.
And I think if in anything that you want to do in life
Yeah.
is you don't want to
Yeah,
rock the boat. right?
I'm just having fun with the tiptoe through the tulips, but I totally get it. You got to be smart. Remember one time was it Andrew? A wrestler was like, don't say anything. We were interviewing somebody. I can't remember the exact person, but it was like, don't say anything to them about me. Don't say anything. I was like, what are you worried about? Then the company folds. What the fuck are you worried about? It's
Wow,
like,
you just called that out.
what? I don't even remember what. I remember
the
it was.
time-
I don't know if that was.
Do
It
you remember the
could have
time-
been anybody.
Do you remember the time Andrew was having
We've had
sex?
now you're being
Remember the time
specific.
Andrew was having sex, and then I
No!
said, Andrew, are you having sex? And he goes, I
could
really
be.
can't answer.
I
that.
might be.
I might be.
Is that squeaky?
I don't
is
know
that
if it's
squeaking
it or not.
you here? What are you talking about? Now you're a dick. Now he's gonna call you and tell you you're a dick. That really hurt, Andrew. You know I have feelings.
Andrew,
Not many, but
did you eat sashimi or sushi? I really don't want to answer that question because
I do
Rice
not
might
wanna-
get offended.
You know, and then they might raise the import taxes for soy sauce. Yeah.
Andrew, did
Yeah.
you turn your car on or not?
Yeah.
I really don't want to answer that question as my key may not be happy.
Andrew, how's that diet going? I don't want the big bite. I want the little bite. He wants the little bite at 7-Eleven. That's what he's after the little bite. This is great. This is just foul. I'm looking forward to the show though with Andrew and Kevin very much, and our love goes to Kevin.
Oh, that should be good.
Did you say
Kevin,
hello to Kevin?
Kevin, what do you-
Sullivan rules.
Kevin's going to be like, Andrew, what are you doing right now? I really don't want to
can't-
answer
I
that
don't wanna-
question. I'm not going to answer that question right
on the
now.
grounds that I might incriminate myself, I'm buttering a bagel.
In fact-
and I'm doing it carefully.
In fact, Kevin, you just talk. I'll sit here because I don't want to say anything
Right.
wrong.
Here's the show. You speak and I'll nod.
Oh, no, you don't want to nod because that will officiate something.
Yeah.
So what is like,
Yeah.
maybe this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ace Frehley, lead guitar, shock me! Boom, ba-doom, boom, ba-doom, doom. Hit it! We're going to have Ace on. They're going to have Ace on, aren't they?
You get angry.
He's
about
saying,
that.
yeah, I'm angry. I wanted, Andrew was going to come down and jam with Ace here. What's going on here? This is not right. I'm very angry about this. I've got cauliflower ear, and I don't have Andrew jamming with Ace.
Who would win?
Here!
Who would win? Big Fat Whale or the Blood Hunter?
Oh, that's ridiculous. The blood hunter would murder Big Fat Whale.
You
And then
think?
he would eat the blubber. Because whales are filled with blubber. So he would eat the blubber,
Anyway.
and he would lick the whale's blood. It would be terrible. You know?
Phil says, my new excuse for everything, I couldn't see through the openings of the mask.
See through the open. Wait a minute. How did he get to the bathroom and wipe later? Like, where's the paper? You know? And he's like,
Hey,
that's
Blood
not
Hunter, is that shit on your ass?
That's-
I couldn't see the toilet paper. It's not my fault.
That's not blood you're licking, Hannibal. And on that note, take us out, Mike, please. By all
Thank you
means.
for joining Long Island's #1 pro wrestler broadcast. Want to thank and wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. Be safe, enjoy yourself, and God bless everyone.
Have a holly jolly Christmas. Later.